Welcome to Pure Country Reacts, and tonight we are going to be reviewing and reacting to the cheapest woman ever. I've seen a lot of these people who are cheapskates, and they do it for whatever reason they do it for, and ignore the mess in the back. This is like hot mess Saturday for me and her. It's been a long day, okay? We had to come home and take like a 3-hour nap because we spent 4 hours grocery shopping, okay? So I'm a hot mess. She's a better being a hot mess. And our studio room, work room, relax room is a hot mess too, so I apologize in advance. Before we get into the cheapest woman ever, I wanted to thank our subscribers. Thank you for giving us your time and leaving comments and reacting. And we also want to thank you guys if you're visiting. Please be sure to take a look around. We're working on some movies to try to get those out to you. We'll have more reactions and more games. And Lexi is wanting to start a new series of mukbang. Did I say that right? Mm-hmm. I don't really know what that is, but she does.
I've already told you it's eating and talking to the screen.
It's eating and talking to the screen. Which
that can be for our lives is what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's not copyrighted material.
Right. Well, I haven't tried a live stream. I don't know how that works just yet. Anyway, that's somewhere in the future. But anyway, we are going to present to you the cheapest woman in the world, and I'm sure there's much more of those. And I try to be frugal and cheap myself, just because you almost can't live in society these days. I mean, everything is so freaking hard. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the cheapest woman in the world. Not to mention the fact that my blooming allergies are on fleek. We're not talking eyes, we're talking nose. What is she gonna do? What?
I do believe that laundry detergent does run a scam on people. I learned how to conserve my detergent by my method at work, drawing blood. The measurements are very precise.
Did she seriously just draw up laundry detergent in a syringe? Okay, unless she is a phlebotomist, okay, and I do work in a hospital. I don't actually work in the hospital setting. I work in the back office, if you will. But when I first started years upon years ago, over 20 years ago, I had friends that have jobs that are actually patient related, not to mention the fact that our husband has been in and out of hospitals probably since she was like 6 years old. Okay, so we've seen a little bit of everybody. Phlebotomists really don't make a decent amount of money, okay, for somebody that's going to come in and stick me with the needle 500 times in a night because they're constantly running blood work. But y'all, did you see how much detergent she just put in her clothes? Do you know that there's no way that cleans her clothes? Oh my gosh. I just use one pod, okay? I know people who use 2 pods. I only use 1 pod. And I thought that was being sort of cheap.
By using the amount that I put inside of the syringe, it weighs out correctly, so I'm not overdoing it.
What?
She's going to go ahead and clean out her lint catch for her. What's she doing with her lint, though?
I collect lint from the dryer, first off, because it's clean. Secondly,
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
have to buy cotton swabs. So I use it to remove my nail polish, my makeup.
She literally was wiping that on her face, y'all. That's... Okay, number
Disgusting.
one, that is disgusting. And what was it you were saying?
Literally, the lint from a dryer is covered in dust, bacteria, and dead skin cells.
Dead skin. Y'all, dead skin is in that. Not to mention the fragrance, okay? Some people have sensitive skin to, like, fragrances and stuff. I mean, she did. She had... Oh, my gosh.
On my face, it shades it out very good. Just as if a cotton swab would.
Oh,
I am not worried about how sanitized lint is. If the clothes have been dried and ran through the washer and they've been washed, therefore the lint is clean itself.
No, it's not.
Stephanie has countless money-saving tactics. By using just one light bulb that she moves from room to room,
You know, you could just have a lamp in a bulb in every single lamp and just turn off the bulb when you leave the room.
Seriously, turn. I mean, that's like a big thing we do in all our houses. Not that we have multiple houses, but everywhere that we've used growing up in order to, save on our power bill. Guess what? We only did laundry once a week. So that meant we used the dryer for, if it was 3 loads, 4 loads, 2 loads, whatever, we just used the dryer once. And we turned off things we weren't using in other rooms. Lights, TVs, what else were we using? Computers. I mean, we would just turn everything off. You don't even use the oven a whole lot, especially like during the summer. You want to save on air conditioning? Don't use your oven.
Stephanie has a good job. She works at a doctor's office. She does have a lot of money saved up. She doesn't want to spend nothing. It's just ridiculous, but I
So
do
why
it
do you
because I
stay?
love
Is the
Stephanie.
sex that good?
In our house, we have what we call Navy showers.
I'm not allowed to take long showers because Stephanie wants to save water for the water bill. I go in, turn the water on, reach my body off.
Cut the water off, lather your body down, make sure you get every area so you don't miss anything, because you can't come back to it,
Turn it back on, reach the soap off my body.
and get out.
I don't really get to watch my full body. Like, I'm a grown-ass man. I should be able to just get in there and take a manly shower.
Okay. Do you know that in a lot of houses, it takes a minute or two to get your water hot? Okay. And then the water heater only holds a certain amount of hot water and it remains hot until you use it out. So this guy is having to get in there, wet his body, cut the shower water off, suds up his body, and rinse his body. I guess she probably doesn't even allow for them to have a full-on bath if they want a bath, because guess what? That's going to run a whole lot of water out there. The thing is if you don't use typically over a certain amount of gallons, it doesn't change your water bill. I mean, I understand what she's going for, but I think she's not really... Okay.
She's overdoing it.
Yeah, really. Okay, let me put it this way. We had bought an above-ground pool a few years ago. And this was the second time we had done that, because when she was smaller, it wasn't an above-ground pool, but it was a fairly large pool for her at the time. But it took several hundred gallons of water to fill it up. And it also came with a pump and all that stuff. Anyways, I called before I filled it up, and I asked the water company, and they were like, if you don't use more than X amount of water, there's literally no change to your water bill. Okay, so it's even like when you, and this is sort of kind of off the mark, but when you do Christmas lights and things like that around the holidays, if you don't use you're going to use power, obviously, but a lot of people who like to do big out with the lights and stuff check with their local power company to see exactly how much this is going to change, and then maybe you can adjust accordingly. But I understand wanting to save money, but like Lacey said, I think she's going way above and beyond, and she's probably making everybody miserable doing some of these things. And I commend her. We try to save things too, but everybody still needs to be comfortable in our house and clean.
Turn it off!
to keep her water bill down, Stephanie found a way to make sure Patrick sticks to a 2-minute shower.
Right now, Patrick!
Okay. Stephanie has a baby monitor.
I can still hear you.
Damn.
My family feels that my cheapskate ways are out there, but I don't really care.
I'm with
This
you.
is my reusable boiling water.
Oh,
Yes, I
hell
know
no.
it may be a little chunky, but it saves me from
Why would it
spending
be-
more money on my water bill by cutting on the water and putting more water in the pot, dumping it, and then doing it all over again. So that saves my water.
Oh, God.
Lunchtime. Come on, let's eat.
No,
Who
hell
would
no.
change that water?
Y'all, she just admitted that water was chunky. Chunky water. Chunky water. Chunky water. And she's... How are these people even still alive? Lexi has gotten cheap like I have, okay? We unfortunately have been forced to be cheap. And she's choosing to be cheap. And I'm, like I say, I'm all for saving money. Absolutely saving money. But I'm also wanting to live. And I do not go above and beyond our limits. Well, try not to. But it's always for stuff that we need. I don't get using the same water. Boil your chicken. Boil your noodles. What else? Boil your eggs. For like deviled eggs, egg salad, things like that. What else do we boil? So she's basically saying that she boils numerous things in this water. She keeps adding to this chunky water. What is she doing? Is she covering it up and leaving it on the stove? Can you imagine the...
I am able to make the most of every food and drink that we have in this house by reusing.
This hurts me to
If it doesn't get all drunk up, I pour it back. If it doesn't get all slopped up, I put it back in its container. I'm gonna save this pasta sauce for the next spaghetti dinner.
I'm starting to think we shouldn't have watched this.
Y'all, she is putting... As someone who learned the hard way about ranch dressing, and I love ranch dressing, okay? As a kid, I grew up eating Thousand Island because I thought that was all that existed. And then, unfortunately, you know how it says you're not supposed to leave certain things out a certain amount of time or you can, like, get food poisoning. I unfortunately found out about ranch dressing one time. I took a salad to work, took my ranch to work, everything went into the refrigerator. When I got off work, I put it back in my lunch bag, went home, sat it down, forgot about it. It sat for like 2 days. Okay, threw my salad away after. Obviously, I wasn't going to eat anymore, but there was my ranch dressing. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. I stuck it back in the refrigerator with like 3 maybe mixture bottles. I will save it till the end. I'll turn it upside down on its lid where I can get the last bit out. I do not re-add to that. I just don't do that. And I don't know, we had a dinner one night, me, her, and her dad, with I don't remember, spaghetti, I think, and some salads. It was something with some salads because we all love salads. And there was multiple bottles, and I put one on one salad, one on, like her dad's on Lexi's, and then one on mine. Fortunately, by the grace of God, I got the ranch that had been sitting out for 2 days in my lunch bag that I had forgotten about, and it almost killed me. I am not even remotely kidding. And I'm so glad that she didn't get a hold of it because she was under the age of 3 at the time. Okay, yeah, she loves salads. Don't look at me funny. So anyway, it almost killed me. I swear. I'm very, very weird. You pour your ranch dressing on your salad now, and it goes immediately back in the refrigerator. Okay, I do not mess with that. She is putting ranch dressing that's on the plate that may have dripped out of your mouth while you're eating your salad, and she's putting it back in a bottle. What the F? I am not re-putting spaghetti sauce back in the bottle because
somebody's mouth started to put on that, and some of the kids probably drooled.
Yes, not to mention certain things don't last long in a refrigerator. Don't tell me that the spaghetti sauce in the refrigerator that's already been eaten by 3 other people and reused over and over again, you cannot tell me that is safe.
Patrick really wants to have a football party. Stephanie's pockets are getting dug into, and I do not like that. I'm not going to change what I do to impress your friends. You wanted this party. You know how things go in our house.
Come on.
No.
Visitors.
So is she saving for a home, or is she saving to leave her kids after she passes? Is she saving where they can line her casket with the cash? I mean, I understand saving, but typically when you save, it's because you're saving for a goal. I haven't even heard why she's saving. I'm wanting to get a house, or I'm wanting to buy some land, or I'm in need of a new car. I can understand, but to live like this all the time and save money, but she's not, as far as I can tell, she's not using it on anything.
And this sauce is
There's the
killing me.
sauce.
And then there's this.
That looks like beans.
Whatever that is.
But I love Patrick.
I want to go there, La Fiesta.
When I buy fruits and vegetables, I want to pay for what I eat, not for what I don't eat.
What?
There's no need to pay for the vine if all I'm eating is the grapes.
Woman, you know everybody in the house would eat grapes.
That'll
She
do
don't
me
want the
justice.
vine that it's attached to. Literally, the vine is not gonna
Probably
weigh that
only
much.
About 3 of these. My bananas, I'm not going to eat the whole of
What?
the banana. I eat the banana itself.
By removing the peels, pith, and stems from fruits and vegetables before they're weighed at the register, Stephanie saves up to $3 per shopping trip.
Did I just say she saves $3?
Yeah.
So while Stephanie is saving $3 whopping dollars, I'm trying to figure out if Stephanie has ever heard of something called coupons. Even things like, and we haven't seen how she checks out, so I don't know, maybe prejudging, but a lot of stores, grocery stores, not Walmart obviously, but a lot of grocery stores have like a little savings thing that it's like a card, and their sale items.
It's like a member's card.
Yeah, and you don't pay a membership. It's just like if that's the place you go to all the time, you would have like the card, the saving card for that place. Like around here, there's Food Lion, and there's
Ingles, Tractor Supply.
Ingles, Tractor Supply, which that's more for the animals and stuff. But
Some of those places have a membership where you
they
save money.
do. They all have a little card. And you can even get these a lot of times at the gas stations, because you go to that place all the time and you can earn rewards. You can use, you can save on the sale items. Ingles, what they do with their sales is you earn points towards your gas. I don't think that she's actually taken and I get it, y'all, I get it, seriously, okay, but
We don't know her goal for saving all this money.
we really don't. I mean, I've got my car that I love deeply, has been sitting in my yard for, I would say, 6 months. It's dead. I need to get it fixed. I've been trying to save, but the fact is I can't even save anything right now. We've got, monthly bills and medical debt and co-pays and deductibles and gas and insurance
and groceries and things.
and groceries, and I'm the only one working right
Sometimes
now.
we have health problems, and our cats have health problems. I mean,
Right. Well, see, my cats even take a backseat. I've got a cat that I need to get some teeth pulled on him. Okay, he has a terrible time trying to eat, and I always have to give him canned because he can't eat the dry anymore. But last time I took him for dental work, it cost $500 and something. I can't afford that. I'm the only one working right now. My husband, we're trying to get disability for him, and he's no longer able to work. And Lexi is in college right now, okay? And thank God that she actually is going on scholarships and stuff because she's a smart kid. Thank God for that, because otherwise we would be getting into debt with her college. I mean, I understand trying to save, and the thing is we went to get groceries today, y'all. And I'm not a cherry picker, but some places just don't have what I want, so I have to go to several places.
certain places have better off-brands.
Exactly. And off-brands, most people don't like to do that, but it's okay in some cases. In some cases, I can't do it. But, like, my energy drinks in some places, I know we're getting off of it, I'm trying not to get off of it, but, like, the energy drinks I like to drink in the morning, are usually like 2 for $5 if you go to the gas station and get them. And then if you get a 4-pack of them, they're like $5 or $6. And I can go to this certain place and I can get 24 of my energy drink and it costs me $10. Okay, I've just discovered this. So we go to places where and pick up the things we need that they sell that nobody else does, okay? Because riding around, wasting my gas from here to here to cherry pick, really it's not gonna, it's gonna almost even itself out. It's not like I'm really getting ahead doing that. Walmart alone, people, okay? Walmart alone for 2 weeks, just in that place, was over $300. And it all sat up on the counter of my kitchen, and my kitchen has a very small counter, so... Anyway, I understand, but I mean, really, I think what she's doing is she's starting to really sort of kind of cross the line here when you're standing in a grocery store and you're picking all the grapes off because you don't want to buy the stem. Okay, the stem is not really gonna...
And peeling the banana peel.
Yeah, that doesn't really change a whole lot when you... And try it. Okay, try it. Put it... They have scales. They have scales in the produce area and stuff like that. A lot of times there's even a tear that is added, like when you go to the meat department, because I used to work in a meat department a long time ago. That's how I met her dad. And we put on a tear because I wrapped the meat, and it took off for the weight of the little styrofoam container that was on. Okay, they're not gonna try to jab you and make you buy a stem and make you buy the banana peel. Bananas are like the cheapest fruit there is. You can get like 10 bananas for like 49 cents a pound. Okay, that's just... I would tell her not to come to my store. I mean, seriously, I'd be like, don't come in my... No. You're going to have to go somewhere else because no. That's not happening. No. And I've worked in grocery stores before, y'all. Okay? I understand being frugal. Whatever's in her pants must be made of gold. Okay? I don't know. I'd love to see the end product.
Never seen anyone peel bananas and put them in a basket.
Her face was priceless. I mean, that's where we're all thinking.
Lost.
Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
I know.
I'm going to be making a lasagna.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to need some ground beef. By any chance, if you have any other ground beef that's already left over.
It's all sold. We sell it on a daily basis, fresh all the time.
Okay, and so there's nothing that would expire?
Oh, no,
or
man. We
about
don't,
to expire?
No, man. We don't sell expired
What?
product here.
You would give that to your
No
kids?
food meat market would ever do that.
Can
No.
I see what your beef fat looks like?
Sure, I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, so let me just say, and I don't know, did y'all hear me a minute ago? I used to work in a meat department, okay? And I was the wrapper, and there was 2 cutters, okay? And what I did every morning was I would go down the case, and I would pull all the meat that was going to run out on that day. And it's all fresh, okay? It's not frozen. I would go and pull all of it, and I would mark it down that day. And if it didn't sell that day, if it looked funny, or it went past that date, we had to throw it out. And she is literally asking for expired meat that will kill you. Okay, I'm not even remotely kidding. Okay, food poisoning. Okay,
That's serious.
that is. Now she's going to look at fat content and.
No, she's looking at the beef fat, like in general.
Right. Well, that's the thing is like if you get a really lean, okay, say somebody comes up and they have a roast and they say, I want you to ground this into ground beef for me. Something that they do all the time. But you have to have like a fat ratio to it for its flavor, okay? And we usually use 93.7. We don't want a whole lot of fat in there because, like I say, her dad does have problems with triglycerides and things like that.
And also, the added fat is not good for my stomach, and it typically
it's not.
messes me up.
She doesn't do well with greasy food, so we don't buy like high-end food. But when it comes to my meat, I always have to buy lean meat because of him and because of her, because she does have problems with greasy food, and he has problems with fat content due to one of his many different issues, which is his triglycerides, which causes him to have pancreatitis. Okay, and we're talking about a week in the hospital, and they can't do anything. You can't eat, and they have to give you pain medicine until it subsides. So she is going to she's obviously going to try to mix some fat. But if you would do that, go back to, you buy a roast, you say, hey, ground this up into ground beef for me, but it doesn't have a lot of fat in it. They can add a little bit of fat and put that ratio in there where you can get that flavor as well. I mean, because fat does add flavor. Too much of it, obviously, it's not good for you. So she may be thinking about that, and I shudder. Let's see where this goes.
Thank you. Wow, and how much would 2 pounds of the beef fat be?
Let me cut a piece off and we'll get close to 2 pounds as we can, all right?
Okay.
Jesus Christ, my whole thing is beef fat.
1.97.
And how much is that?
$2.53, ma'am.
I will take the beef fat.
You'll take the beef fat.
I'm satisfied. I have my ground beef over here. I'm going to stretch out the beef by adding the rest of this, or whatever's left from this, to stretch it out for the lasagna. This is why we save the sauce.
These are people that are not related to you, though.
Now, to save money, I multitask with washing dishes and cooking meals with my dishwasher. I just gotta make sure I wrap it really well, or else the food will get wet.
This kind of reminds me of somebody we used to see all the time on Worst Cooks in America, season 3. We love Worst Cooks in America just because it's crazy how people actually live like this and don't know how to cook. But he cooked salmon in quote-unquote a dishwasher all the time at home.
And he called it dishwasher salmon. No kid. What was his name? David. And he was from Texas. And he was unemployed and his wife was a vegetarian. And supposedly it was because David couldn't cook. And I'm thinking, once David cooked, and David should have a job. Anyway, there were newlyweds.
But why would you cook anything,
in the dishwasher.
in a dishwasher?
And that's not even going to remotely be like, you're not going to be able to go to Google and say, lasagna cooking time in dishwasher.
People would think you're insane.
But that don't make any sense because, okay, she wants to save on water, but she's going to use the dishwasher. And the dishwasher uses way more water
than washing the dishes in the sink.
Than hand washing them, yeah. But then she's like timing people's showers.
I might put these dishes in here while I'm the lasagna's in the dishwasher and it's cooking.
The water bill would be worse than your power bill
hot
that
dogs, lasagna. I'm telling you, I do it all the time. Hey, girl. Hey, Adrian.
Don't touch the goddamn candle.
Having people over, I'm not very excited. I don't want to be embarrassed.
Unless it's just that trash.
I gotta save money for electricity. I'm sorry. I have to turn it off when it's a commercial.
How would you know if the TV's back on? How would you know if the game's back on if the TV's off?
Very cheap. Cheapest person I've seen in a long time. I'll tell you that much.
You know, literally, you could just watch the football game, even the commercials, and then just turn off the TV. It's not a big deal.
Cutting things on and off. On and off, on and off, on and off, on and off.
That's actually a bigger drag on the power.
It is. It's a drag on the power, and it will make
your power
bill go up. Can I have the candle to go to the bathroom? Excuse me, but she in there in the kitchen with the light on.
Like I said, you could just have light bulbs in every room and then just
cut the light
certain
off.
Ones.
No, I can't.
I thought the walking around with the candle was really insane.
Yeah, it is.
I think we can use some light.
So it can be reusable.
Of course.
Oh, Jesus, that kid's already scared.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, that kid said, hell no.
And then the dad didn't want to know.
Like water. W-A-T-E-R. Water.
Usually when you have a party, doesn't multiple people bring things?
Typically.
So why is nobody else bringing anything?
I don't know. And, a lot of times it's a really good idea for people to come over to do things like the Super Bowl and the World Series and,
And would have been cheaper for a football meal than the lasagna? Chips and dip.
Literally, she could have done chips and dip and maybe done nachos. She could have done
salad. We used to have at Mexican restaurants.
It's just nachos because you could either get beef, you get chicken. It was on the chips. I think there's usually maybe some beans in there, some cheese in there.
Rice.
There's yeah. And if she didn't want to have to flip, for the whole thing, everybody could have participated and brought something. Somebody could have brought the chips, somebody could have brought the plates, somebody could have brought the, ground beef, or several could have halved up the price for the beef, or everybody put in for the price of the beef. The cheese, this really, really, really was ridiculous. And if the guy was even remotely thinking that this was not going to be an embarrassment to him, I I don't know what's wrong because I don't want to be embarrassed, but then now he's embarrassed. Imagine.
Yeah,
okay?
you were bringing them to your house knowing that she was going to do this.
And oh my God, I wouldn't even want to know what water tasting. What does water lasagna taste like?
Waterlogged.
And it was more fat than anything. Okay,
And it didn't even look like she seasoned her meat at all either.
No, and can you imagine if she just kept like doing this on the counter, like picking up the salt and scraping the salt back in there? I mean, hello, when I spill some salt, we're usually like throwing it over our shoulders because I can't remember which one's good look, so I just over them, both of them. I have never in all of my days seen such. I've never.
I can't do no more of this.
That is insane, y'all. This is the first time we've done a cheapskate, and I'm really hoping that you like it. And yeah, it might give some people some crazy ideas, but there's other things out there that can sort of kind of help you out. Maybe get through some of what's going on in our economy. I have no clue. But I would probably advise don't do any of the things that she does. I would say no, don't do those. If you hadn't done it already, please subscribe, share videos with your friends and family, and please don't forget to hit that like button. Until our next video, guys. Peace.